So I'll play you some slides now. So they were the two slides. The first one there is it's the first three-part tune that we've played so far today. But other than that, it's the same format. Each part is played twice. I'll break it down a bit slowly so you can follow it. And like I mentioned in the previous jigs, there are many instances where the beat note comes in the middle or at the end of the bow stroke. We don't start the beat with a new bow stroke. There are several cases where the main beat comes in the middle of the stroke, and that's how we start this tune. I started with a knot bow, and that open D is the first note proper. Like you count 1, 2, 3, 4, bum, dum. But there's an introductory little run. So that D is the first note, and if you notice, I play. So the beat note is coming not at the start of the bow stroke. And the next beat the same. That B is a kind of leading note onto the next beat. So we have 1, 2. So that's the whole first part. I'll break it down. So that was the first part. I played it twice there. Now on to the second part. Again, starts with an up bow, and the rhythm is slightly different here, but it's still made up of these 3/8 notes. It's just we have a long note and a short note instead of the three short ones. That's the beginning. That's the first bow. And then it reverts back to the three notes. So I'll play the whole second part. Now, the third part, when we go into the third part, we finish the second part by playing a high D instead of waiting on the low D. So this is the end of the second part. And the third part starts. So the changeover would be first half of the third part goes, and then the second half. So I play the whole tune once through, each part twice. 1, 2, 3. So that's all the way through that first tune, one time. Now the second tune starts off with A. One long one, one short one, one long one, one short one, and then there's a short one, and then there's B, and then there's another A. So if you can spell as far as A, you're in good shape for this tune. So between playing it once and playing it twice, there's this little run to bring you back to the start again. So I play it twice now. And the second part. I'll play that again. And the second half of that. It's like the answer. I'll give it to you again. So I'll play the whole tune now. I'll play it twice. So I'll play the whole the two slides all the way through, and I'll play them a little bit quicker than we have been, but not quite up to speed. You can work that out on your own. In the first tune, there's one place to watch out for. It's in the key of D, so normally your C's would be C sharp. But in the middle of the second part of the first tune, I play C natural. But the rest of the C's are all sharp. So here we go. 1, 2, 3. So these tunes would normally be played a good bit faster than that, and you may have noticed again I was putting in some little faster finger movements that are not written into the notation. So I'll briefly show you what's going on there. That's what we call a roll. And the roll takes place on a quarter note. And it's a bit like the grace note that we mentioned earlier. You strike the string with a finger above the note that you're playing. And like I said, you strike the string more than pitching it. You just hit the string so it kind of rattles. It doesn't really matter where you hit the string, because you're not pinning it to the wood, so it doesn't have a pitch. But then once you've done that, you do the same thing, but this time from underneath the note. You lift your finger slightly and put it back down. And again, you don't have to clear the string totally. You don't have to play a D, like here we're playing the note B with the first finger. You don't have to lift it totally so that you can hear there's an A underneath. All you have to do is lift it enough so that the B is interrupted. That will do. If you do lift it off the string completely, it will sound sharper and snappier, cleaner. But what's going to happen is as you lift your finger, the string will rise with it. Your finger is pinning it down to the wood. As you release your finger, the string is going to come up as well with your finger. And you mightn't have time yet, because it's an unfamiliar movement for you. You mightn't have time to get your finger all the way off the string and then put it back down again, because you have to be really swift. But don't worry about clearing the string. If you can get it off, if you can take pressure off enough to interrupt the B, like that. That's fine, that'll be enough. So the first part is like the grace note. You just hit the string with a finger above the note you're playing. And then the second part is you take the pressure off the finger that's holding the note. In this case, it's the first finger, like that. And then you put it all together and you play it all in the time. You have to cram it all into the time that it takes to play 1/4 note. So we've got, and there are 2 back to back. That's what we call a roll. So it sounds like this. And then the next bit, there I do a similar kind of thing on that B. That B there is the note I'm talking about. Only this time I make a triplet out of it. And that means that the note that is sitting on top of the 1/4 note is actually heard. It's a pitched note. You can hear it. Makes a difference if I play. So that makes it into a triplet. I'm playing B, C, B, as opposed to 2 Bs that are divided by this little blip, which is how I refer to the grace note. And then the roll has a grace note from above and then something similar happening below when you take the pressure off with your finger and put it back down almost immediately.